Now, I hope you all heard this question. No, all right. Now, he's raised the question of two meanings of the word identity. The first meaning is the separate identity that each one of us tries to find in the course of our education, where we know who we are as an ego. The second sense is to be identical with the universe. These two senses of identity, the particular, who I am, and the fact that I also realize that I am finally identical with what there is, you know, with the whole thing that's going on. I mean, the two go together. The second one is basic, because that's the way you felt when you were a baby. You had what Freud calls the oceanic feeling. And you knew that you didn't have words to put it in, but you knew that you were this jazz, whatever it is that is. And you made no distinction between the knower and the known, the voluntary and the involuntary, the doing and the happening. It was just this jazz. You knew that perfectly well as a baby, but then they came and put it on you that you were different. See, they wanted you to be something particular. And well, so you learned that. Well, they put it on you so heavily that you forgot the first thing. So, but the whole point of sanity is to have them both at the same time. It's just the same as I described, the white paper behind the print, the mirror behind its reflections. Because if you don't get both going at the same time, you get a kind of myopia, of getting, not being able to see the forest for the trees, of forgetting your own origin. And if you forget that each one of you is an incarnation of God, if you don't know that, you will try to become God by effort, and therefore will become impossible, a demon, an aggressive, obstreperous nuisance. But if we all know that basically we are God, and I don't mean God in the grandfather sense of the Judeo-Christian image, which is an idol, but in the sense that we can't define. See, you can't define yourself, just like you can't bite your own teeth. You don't know who you are. And you know, all science of neurology is trying to go out and make out what is finally consciousness in here, what is the brain all about, and they don't know. They're the people, most of all, who know they don't know. We don't know. Because each one of us is an aperture through which the universe is observing itself. But of course, it couldn't observe itself completely and totally, because that would be a bore. To understand absolutely, to be totally in control of everything, would be like screwing a plastic woman. Who wants that? See, always there needs to be an element of mystery. So the thing that is mysterious to itself. But not completely. Because if it were completely mysterious to itself, nothing would happen. That would be to everything being even. What we need is something odd. But we can't have something odd without the even. Yeah, that's the nature of the way it works, yang and yin.